Hi everybody, my name's Dr. Steve Simpson and I'm an elite performance coach. And just in case you think you're in the wrong place, you're not, because in my opinion, everybody is an elite performer or certainly has the potential to be in at least one area of your life. And the topic on the agenda today is Aesop and his fables, or what I'm going to call Aesop therapy. So what has that got to do with elite performance? Well, actually, I've been thinking about this for quite a lot of years now, and I think it's got an enormous amount to do with elite performance. So who exactly was Aesop? Well, he was a humble slave who lived about 2,500 years ago in the Greek Empire. And he may have only been a slave, but he certainly was an elite performer when it came to thinking and telling stories. I first heard about him when I was at school. I was probably about 7 or 8 years old, and to the best of my memory, I was never taught anything more about him after this age. And looking back, I think this was a great regret and a great mistake on behalf of my teachers. But better late than never. Now, Aesop and his stories, they certainly had legs, because in those days travel and communication was far more problematic than it is now, and yet his stories spread to every corner of the globe and resonated with people from all cultures and all ages, and they do until this day. So there's definitely something rather magical about his stories and the effect that they have on people. And it's not just, it doesn't matter what kind of people they are, from the most humble to the most intellectual. Just about all of the philosophers have at some time given serious consideration to Aesop and his stories. And one curious thing about it, and which has puzzled me and still does, is why are his stories only about animals? Because human beings, who are in most of our stories, hardly figure at all. The conclusion that I reached is that Aesop realized that we actually have a deeper communication and rapport with animals than we do with many people. And why would this be so? Well, those of you who've read my 7th and latest book, The Psychoic Revolution, will know that I regard our gift of speech as our most valuable gift, and also it can be our worst enemy. And one way to get around the hidden dangers of talk as communication is to talk not about human beings, but about animals, because people can't be upset by stories about animals, hopefully, because they certainly can be upset by any kind of story about humans for one reason or another. So the reason why, just to wrap off this little piece, is that Aesop and his fables, or Aesop therapy as I'm going to call it, what they have to do with elite performance is because whilst these are simple stories and that's their enduring quality, there is a deep moral, educational and spiritual slant to it that can help us move our brains into that place where peak performance lies. And that place is our unconscious mind. So my plan over the next few weeks is to make quite a lot of videos. Each one will be a little story. The videos will be less than 5 minutes. I will tell the story as best as I can in my jongleur style, and then I will give you my own take on the significance of this story to us. And because all of our minds are different, your take will be different to mine. But at least I hopefully will stimulate some thought and debate on these stories. So thanks again for finding my channel, and later today I'm going to post the first of the stories, and it just might be about the fox and the grapes, because it's a real cracker. Until then, thank you again. Goodbye.